Joining us now on the program is Lisa Kiefer, board member of Kids Empowered on the Move, one of over 300 charities and nonprofits supported on the Share Detroit platform. Lisa, thanks for being with us today.
Hi, Tyler. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate having you on. First off, give us some background information on the services provided and the resources provided by Kids Empowered on the Move.
Sure, absolutely. So some of the background about Kids Empowered is it's been founded since 1998. Kimber Bishop Yankee founded Girls Matter, which then evolved into Kids Empowered on the Move. Since then, it's evolved quite a few times. The original mission was to offer social emotional programs to children who are facing poverty, and these programs were in concert with their schools and other organizations. Kimber also has a business that she does, so it's more one-on-one or the summer camps where she offers the same kind of social emotion programs. So for many, many years, this Kids Empowered on the Move was focused on children in this particular way, but then COVID hit. And everything pivoted because Kimber could no longer do the camps or the conferences. Everything was shut down. But ironically, she was already working as the Oakland County Task Force on Poverty and Homelessness, and she had already talked to, not knowing that COVID was going to hit, to Micah 6, which is another nonprofit in Pontiac. And what they do is they grow fruits and veggies, that sort of thing. And they had talked about delivering food to food insecure families and doing this in a coordinated way. And when the school shut down, she called up Coleman at Micah 6 and said, hey, let's do as many families as possible, get as much food out there. And so that whole side of the nonprofit then kicked off.
And then, so there's so many different resources, so many different kinds of services that are provided through this organization, whether it be teaching and curriculum, coaching, counseling is also provided, also some activities such as summer camps and the Girl Scouts. Why that wide range? How is that important to providing services to a number of different kids and their families?
Yeah, so, part of the focus here is, we're focusing on some children who may not always be able to access some of those other needs, right? So this is, some of, the idea of falling through the cracks or that sort of thing. So that's what we have been focusing on. In terms of, the social emotional development, again, trying to reach into communities that maybe don't have those kind of programs. And then again, since then, we've also really focused on the other essential needs of children, dealing with children in poverty.
And being able to access these services is the critical part of this, because these are underserved communities often, that the people and the kids that you are serving are the ones that are accessing these different services. How do they get that access? How do loved ones and how do these families go about accessing these, especially if they are struggling with some of those resources that may be critical in accessing a lot of these services from organizations like yours and others, such as internet access?
Right. Right. So right now we are still reaching out to about 200 families, in this effort. As it started off as getting food to them, but as we were delivering food to them, we found that they were also in need of other things. We found children without beds, sleeping on the floor, that sort of thing. And so our volunteers would bring back those needs. So a big part of what we do now is sort of reach back into those families, deliver furniture, deliver, clothing, that sort of thing, and having programs in place to provide that. And then additionally, from that, once we sort of, it was really Kimber building that out, people now contact her directly, and I can give you how to do that. And, tell us if somebody's in need, tell us if, there's a homeless family, and we've been raising money also to make sure that those people can stay in hotels, can stay in places of, safety and comfort. And we've even raised money to purchase mobile homes. So it is an interesting situation. There are so many underserved people, and obviously there's the big, nonprofits out there, but they they're limited at times. And so we are here as sort of like a stopgap. You can contact our organization and we will, try to match you up with the right people to help you out.
More information can be found on kidsempowered.com. That's kidsempowered.com. Board member of Kids Empowered on the Move, Lisa Kiefer, joins us on the Michigan Megacast. What are some of these success stories, or how much of an impact do these programs and do these services and these necessities in so many cases being provided to these kids and these families, how much of an impact does it have on their ability to lead successful lives and provide for those kids' futures?
Right. So we know that kids need to eat. And so really ever since COVID started, we have made sure that these 200 families, are receiving the food every week that they need. Lighthouse has basically taken over the organization of that part of it. We still supply volunteers. So from that, we've built off onto it. We have an Adopt a Family Christmas sponsorship program. We just did our big Easter sponsorship. We delivered special Easter meals to 200 families and Easter baskets where we had volunteers either donate money so we could purchase the basket or they actually made the basket. We have our Book Buddy program that helps children partner up with maybe another teenager or an adult to like practice their reading skills. So all in all, in the last 2 years, we've had over 1,000 volunteers be a part of these various different programs that we have running. And this team has housed 60 kids and parents who were homeless previous to coming in touch with us. So we're very proud of that.
That's a huge impact. It impacts a lot of people. It's changing lives, and it's changing so lives. So many organizations, they do work that's helping a lot of people, but it's not very often we look at the work that's going on through these nonprofits that are helping families in this way and really seeing just how life-changing it is. What is their reaction, or what sort of response do you get from these families and from these kids, from the results that they're getting from these services?
Yeah, I mean, they're very, very thankful. And, that's, meeting with the families is that definitely the best part of this. And I mean, it's definitely hard in the beginning when you see what they're struggling with, but when you can help them, give them a situation where they can now get that job or get that transportation that they need, it's amazing how many barriers there are. Right. And so as we start to remove some of the barriers for them, then they can go out and, live, more successfully, I guess. Yeah.
You mentioned earlier the work of the volunteers of your organization. What sort of volunteer opportunities are available with Kids Empowered on the Move, and how do people go about volunteering with the organization?
Yeah, awesome. Thank you for that question. So they can go to our website, www.kidsempoweredonthemove.org. They could also email Kimber at kimber@kidsempowered.com. But basically what we have going on right now is we're always looking for folks to deliver things. That's sometimes the hardest thing to find, someone with a truck or something to deliver some furniture, but even just like clothing, just the paperwork. Sometimes folks just need like someone, helping them print out the paperwork for other nonprofits. Dinners, we do a lot of meal trains, cleaning supplies, household items, diaper drives, and we're already signing folks up to adopt families for Christmas. And I do want to put a plug in. We are going to sort of return back to our original mission this summer and have a summer camp for kids. So we're looking for volunteers for that too.
Lisa, just another couple minutes with you before we'll say goodbye today. Any other information that we haven't touched on just yet about the services that are provided by your organization, how people can access those services, volunteer opportunities, or other needs that the community and the people of Michigan can help Kids Empowered on the Move with?
Yeah, absolutely. So as I mentioned, this summer, we are going to be having the summer camp at the Baldwin Center in Pontiac. So we do need volunteers. And of course, donations are always welcome. The two places to sign up are the Kids Empowered on the Move organization or .org. But then also Share Detroit has us listed in there. And in that profile, you can see these volunteer opportunities as well. And I think there was possibly some mention about another program that we have, which is the Surviving the Social Jungle. That has also been on hiatus since COVID, but we will be bringing that back in 2023. So I wanted to mention that.
And I can just quickly elaborate on that program so people understand what they may be getting into or what they may get access to when it does come back next year.
Yeah, sure. So it's basically a conference. So for so long we focused, Kimber focused on Girls Matter, which was, girls and their parents. Well, now we've wrapped in boys and girls, and it's really, about empowerment. And so this program, this conference, for the kids, they will have stations where they can go, and each station they learn a different empowerment lesson. So maybe the first one is about self-esteem, the next one's about body image, and then parents would have their own separate workshop to sort of, coach them on how to work with their kids for self-esteem. And it's a great program.
Well, Lisa, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for telling us about Kids Empowered on the Move and all these great services and opportunities for people to provide help that really does, as you said, and as we said, change lives.
It does. It does. Well, thank you so much, Tyler. I really appreciate it.